So go ahead and hopefully you had time now as I talk to get comfortable. If not, just go ahead and finish getting the body comfortable, allowing yourself to be relaxed. A simple way to actually help the body to relax is to close the eyes, but also allow yourself to stay awake. Tell yourself this is a time to wake up, not to fall asleep, because I know the body's used to falling asleep when we close our eyes. But this is a time to let the body relax, but allow the consciousness to wake up so that we become more aware of the soul, the divine, living, loving essence of who we are. And that our inner senses become more awake and aware. So we have that inner clairvoyance, clairaudience, that inner vision and hearing. And those inner senses, even of feeling, even tasting and smelling. Just to allow yourself to relax. And so an easy way to assist this process is just to focus on your breath to begin. Just follow your breath as it moves in and out of your lungs. And notice as you follow the breath, the body just naturally starts to relax. You may even feel a tingling or a calming sensation, where you find yourself coming to a greater place of peace. And now we're going to add another component to that, where we start to visualize an inner light, the top of the head, the upper forehead, this place we call the spiritual eye, the spiritual door. You can just visualize a golden white or a purple light just right above your head. And as you breathe in, I want you to visualize that light coming down from the top of your head and just riding upon that in-breath, coming down into your head and just continuing on through the body. So just find yourself breathing it in, and maybe it comes down as far as the heart level. And then as you exhale, just continue seeing this inner light move on down through the rest of your torso, through your legs and out the bottoms of your feet and out through your hands and arms. So again, just visualize that inner light, whether golden, white, or purple. On the in-breath, see that light coming in from above your head, down through your body, about halfway through. And on the exhale, see that light just continuing down through the rest of your body and out your hands and feet. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in the light and breathe out the light. Just continue doing that for a few more moments. Again, just allowing your breath to be natural. We're not trying to make it any different. Just at your own rhythm and pace, breathing in and breathing out that inner light. As you continue doing this, at some point you'll notice that this movement becomes one flow where it's not starting or stopping. That it just becomes a flow, a continuous movement from above your head, down through your body, and out through your hands and feet. Just keep breathing in and out until it becomes just a one flow, just a natural, gentle, loving movement of that inner light and your breath. As you're doing this, just allow your awareness to expand. Notice the peace, the loving. Notice how this inner light moves in you as well as around you. Maybe you're starting to notice it expand beyond your body, but still in this movement, much like a river, and you're simply in the river, but that river is flowing in you and through you as well as around you, just permeating all of your beingness. Just keep breathing in and out, maintaining that awareness on the breath and the inner light. Just holding that focus. And just notice any other sensations as that light moves in you and through you. You may be aware of tingling, a heat or a warmth or a coolness. Or maybe like that quickening, like a chill or the chicken skin type of feeling. Or simply just a peace and relaxation. If you find yourself starting to doze off, just refocus right at the seat of the soul, the top of the head there. That spiritualized center, for this is the doorway by which we allow that light of spirit to move in and through us. But we have to invite it, for it does not impose. So we have to invite God's loving in us and around us to lead us and guide us, to awaken us, and to bring us home. Well, let's just do that as a prayer, as an invitation. I'm going to put out some words and you can follow along, or if you have any of your own. So, Lord God, just now we open to receive all of your love and your light, your blessings and grace, as we breathe it in and we breathe it out. We're just open to receive that which you have to share with us as the giver of life, to bring us into and through and in all those experiences you wish for us to experience, for our greater awakening, our greater understanding, to experience that which you have in store for the fulfillment of our journey, as you wish to live in us and through us. And we invite you to go before us, just clearing the way, assisting us in letting go of any and all distractions, any disturbance, any reactions that would pull our attention away from focusing on you. And we always do our part and looking to you and making you first in us and around us. That we always ask for your light and loving to live and express within us and through us to others, that we may see the truth of who you are within ourselves and all of your creation. For herein is the blessings and the fulfillment of loving and returning to loving. And we always ask for your guidance as we look to you, and that we're open and willing to not only receive, but to do our part in taking responsibility to learn and to grow upon this journey of life, not only physically, but through all the different many realms and levels that our soul may awaken and experience all that we're to experience for our and your greater fulfillment, ultimately returning home into your very heart. And for all this, we do give our thanks. Amen. And so now, we're going to add one more component now, as we've been breathing in and out this inner light. Now we're going to begin to bring forward the inner sound. We've been in a place of receptivity and letting go. And now we're going to move into the action of giving and sharing. And so we're going to begin to give and share our loving to God directly. So just once again, bring your attention to the seat of the soul, and looking upwards to that inner spiritual sky, to that inner light above your head, whether it appears as a golden white or a purple. And at this point, you may notice the actual living presence. But if you're not aware or cannot see just yet, just continue to visualize that inner light. But when the real living presence shows up, just relax and observe and begin to share your loving. So now see your breath moving inwards and upwards, breathing out towards God, and seeing your own inner light moving towards God, knowing that you're sharing your loving with God through your breath, through your soul's light. And now we're going to add that sound, that original name and voice of God, as God spoke and there was light, the light of our soul. And so we're going to speak that sound, the hue, H-U, that sounds as hue or who, who. So now as you breathe in, to see that inner light building at the seat of your soul. And on the exhale, you're going to chant either out loud or silently within the hue or the who, and see your inner light going upwards towards that very source that may appear as an inner sun, or just a sense of knowing where that presence of God is above, in the very center of the center of the center. Just trust and know. So again, breathe in and allow your inner light to lift up and gather at the seat of the soul. And then as you breathe out, chanting or singing the hue. And as you do, just see that inner light going upwards now towards God. so that God can now receive your loving as you have received God's. So we are simply reversing the movement of that river of loving, where you now share with God. So breathe in and let your inner light come up to the seat of the soul, and breathe out, seeing that light and chanting the hue, so that the light and sound together move towards God. So just continue doing this now, breathing in and breathing out, chanting the hue and sharing your loving with God. Just continuing, breathing in and breathing out, chanting the hue, seeing your loving going to God. Just staying present, continuing sharing your loving with God. As you continue doing this, allowing your awareness to expand, just becoming more aware of that movement of light and sound and movement of loving. And so now, just bring your attention back to the seat of the soul, and just let go of the chanting and the visualizing. Just returning back to holding your attention inwards and upwards at the seat of the soul. Letting go of the focus on the breath, letting go of the focus on chanting and visualizing. Just coming present at the seat of the soul. And now just gather your attention here and just observe. Just observe, looking through that spiritual eye into that inner sky. Even if it's just dark, just observe, gazing into this inner sky. Or you may be watching the inner light, often appearing as a golden white or purple, or even a blue and pink. Just hold your attention, observing not doing anything other than just observing. Just observe and see what you become aware of. So watch and listen, feel and know. Just allow your awareness to awaken, that inner knowing, become aware. Be aware of that divine presence, any inner knowing or sensations that come with it. This is also a state of receptivity, of watching and listening and receiving. When you're ready, you can once again begin chanting the hue. Just take in a deep breath, and on the exhale, you begin. And as you chant the hue, once again, share your loving with God. So now we're going to move into a time of silence. And you can just go at your own pace of sharing your loving with God and chanting the hue, seeing the inner light. And at your own pace, when you're ready, you can come quiet and once again, just observe and be receptive. So just back and forth for this period of time, we're silent, of giving and receiving, of observing and awakening, just allowing the loving to expand and move however it moves, letting go of any control, just being present and accepting what is. Once again, hold any attention at the seat of the soul. Just focus upon that sound of the hue. And once again, just begin chanting that hue silently or out loud. As you once again moving into sharing your loving with God. And just seeing your inner light going back to the source as you sing and chant the song of love, of the hue. So just do that a few more times. On the in-breath, you can actually see God's loving coming back to you. So you just breathe in God's love, receiving. And when you breathe out, chant the hue and share your loving with God. So just breathe in and breathe out this loving until it becomes one movement between you and God. As you continue this inner process, just be aware of that loving stirs and moves within you. Whether you see that inner light, whether you feel that pressure or sensation on the forehead or the top of the head. And as you listen, if you hear the inner sound, the hue, maybe the hue is being sung or chanted back to you as well, or other inner sounds such as music or sounds of nature. Just observe, listen, and watch, and be aware of the feelings and that inner knowing. When you're ready, you can stop chanting and stop breathing in and out that light and just return to a state of observation, of just watching and listening, letting go of the focus on the breath as well. Just watching and listening, that movement of loving. Just be aware as that inner light begins to bring you more present at the seat of the soul, and how it fills the body and gives it life. So be aware of that light of loving now just filling your body, where that divine spark is ignited in every cell and every atom. Just bringing loving and life to the body on every level, as well as your thoughts and feelings and imagination. But do this all from a place of observing from the soul of who you are, by just maintaining that inner focus at the top of the head and the forehead, at the seat of the soul. As you feel complete or stirred, more present and awake, you're welcome to open your eyes if you wish.